Alabama Barker is as messy as a hurricane between her drama with Bad Baby, dating older men, and getting her black friends to prank her neighbors. There is a lot to unpack here. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker are begging for help. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker are calling in crisis PR for Alabama Barker. The reality star is frustrated with her stepdaughter after online dramas. Kourtney Kardashian has suggested crisis PR for her stepdaughter Alabama after being left annoyed and fed up at her refusal to adhere to the family's request to quit all the drama. The 19-year-old, whose father, Travis Barker, is married to the reality TV star, has been embroiled in a vicious feud with Bad Baby, which saw Kourtney's son, Rocky, dragged into the spat. Days later, Alabama's boyfriend, Scooter Jackson, went live on Instagram with Kourtney's son, Regin, who was faced with wild rumors about his paternity. An insider that's close to the family said, "Kourtney is at her wits' end with Alabama. She is a loose cannon and refused to play by the family's request to be drama-free." Now, despite pleas to stay out of trouble, Alabama is doing the exact opposite. Kourtney doesn't raise her children this way. Now, the Poosh founder has 3 children with her ex-boyfriend Scott Disick and 1-year-old son Rocky with Travis, who she married in 2022. He shares Alabama and son Landon with his ex-wife Shanna Moakler. Kourtney and Travis are frustrated and at a loss as to how to help. Now, Kourtney feels crisis PR could help, but Alabama is an adult, and so, she feels there is only so much that she can do to intervene. The insider also went on to say Kourtney and Travis are not clashing over what to do with Alabama because they share the same beliefs about her actions. They're just frustrated because there is nothing they can do. She doesn't blame Travis at all, though. They continue to say she believes Alabama needs crisis PR, but she's an adult, makes her own choices, and Kourtney can only sit back and just let it play out. Kourtney was said to be livid after Regin appeared on the Instagram Live with Scooter earlier this week. Kourtney Kardashian's son Regin shocked fans when he responded to a viewer who had asked if Justin Bieber was his real dad. He said, "No, he's not, bro. I swear, Justin Bieber's not my dad. Scotty is my dad. I don't know how old my mom was, but I think Justin Bieber was 16 when I got born. I don't think my mom would do that." Kourtney has never talked to Regin about the rumors, and she would imagine this was the first time he had actually ever heard them. An insider said that to the blog sites. Now, this insider also said Kourtney was livid, so mad. She told him that there are so many silly rumors about the family and that he is not to believe literally anything. She tries to keep her kids away from the stuff, but as they get older, she is unable to do so as easily. Now, despite her children growing up on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kourtney rarely shows them, on social media and has never shared a picture even of Rocky's face yet. Kourtney also has son Mason, who's 15, and daughter Penelope, who's 12, with Scott, who was said to be upset at Regin referring to him as Scotty on the live stream. Now, Regin's appearance on the Instagram Live is not the first time Kourtney has had, issues with Alabama's influence over her children. Kourtney Kardashian spoke out last month to slam theories that her eldest child Mason had quietly welcomed a daughter named Piper last year. Now, she said in a statement, "I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are even remotely true. They are not." She wrote all that on her Instagram story, and she continued to say in the statement, "Mason does not have a child. My son really values his privacy, and I'm asking all media to please be respectful. He is a kid with feelings and a beautiful life ahead of him." She went on to ask that people just please stop and leave her children alone. She thinks all of these crazy rumors are a direct result of what Alabama has done to tarnish her family's name. Kourtney Kardashian issued a warning last month to her stepdaughter Alabama Barker to stand down from her super messy feud with Bad Baby after new son Rocky was dragged into the back and forth. Alabama's fiery feud with Bad Baby could threaten her relationship with her stepmother Kourtney after her son Rocky was targeted in the vicious war of words. Now, Alabama has been locked in a bitter spat with the 21-year-old rapper for weeks, with the pair continuously trading insults on social media and even been dropping diss tracks. Bad Baby, whose real name is Danielle Bregoli, and you may remember her from that 2016 Dr. Phil episode, said "Catch Me Outside," how about that? Well, she has taken aim at Alabama's famous family, dragging them into the fiery feud with claims that Kourtney started dating Travis after he was rejected by her sister Kim Kardashian. Ooh, that's tea. There's too much to spill right now. Now, the feud actually kicked off in December when she accused Alabama of being a homewrecker and stealing her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Levon. Now, something she furiously, of course, denied. Bad Baby wrote in a post on Instagram that she later deleted, "Alabama Barker took my man." For whatever reason, I actually do follow her on IG, so I remember when she made that post, it kind of stopped me in my scrolling because I was like, huh, who? Isn't Alabama like, you know what, never mind. Anyway, at the time, Baby was undergoing chemotherapy and had just had a baby, daughter Callie, with Levon. Now, in January, she repeated the accusations in her track Overcooked, in which she also claimed Alabama had relationships with Soulja Boy and Tyga, who are much older than her, and even allegedly got pregnant by one of them. Now, all the parties refuted the claims, with Alabama releasing a statement which read, "I have never been pregnant, never had a surgery, and never had been alone with Tyga or Soulja Boy. I won't continue to entertain this nonsense, but this will be the last time I address pathetic lies." But the spat intensified in February when Alabama released her diss track, "Cry Baby," in which she doubled down on claims Levon had pursued her. The track debuted at number 5 on the US Spotify Viral 100 chart, which is crazy when you think about it. Baby retaliated with a new song called "Miss Whitman," in which she took aim at the Kardashians and Travis and made reference to Will Smith's infamous Oscar slap. Fast forward a bit, and Bad Baby's mom, Barbara, claimed, "If Alabama comes for my granddaughter, I come for you, little one." Oof, not the grandparents getting involved. Now, in a separate post, Barbara claimed Alabama was a dirty little whatever and that she was still talking about her granddaughter, yet her daddy has a whole new family. She said, and I quote, "Rocky rules while you're just on your knees." OMG. It's giving go back to Dr. Phil, please. Now, an insider said Kourtney and Travis want nothing to do with Bad Baby and have told Alabama to live her life but cool it down when it comes to this feud. They don't want to get mixed up in it at all. They said they don't want to pour gasoline on a fire. They have told Alabama to stand down and not be triggered, but it's proving to be easier said than done. Kourtney and the rest of the family always want to have the upper hand on everything they do, and if it ever seems someone is or has the chance to one-up them, they avoid it. Kourtney is looking to follow in the footsteps of her famous sibling Kim and deal with Bad Baby in the same way she, has dealt with Kanye West's, drama for the past years. Now, a friend close to the family said Kourtney believes in de-escalating drama, and Alabama feels the need to defend herself. She takes it personally, and Kourtney has told her that the best response is no response at all. Kourtney is doing her best to put an end to this. She wants it to be over. Everyone does. It is childish. Alabama Barker and her entry into hip-hop have caused a lot of conversation around her cultural sensibilities, whether that's full-on talking about racial dynamics or just her social awareness. In an example that kind of relates to both, social media users dragged her for a recent video in which she seemed to be playing a game with her friends at her Calabasas home. At one point, Travis Barker's daughter read a card that dared a player to ding-dong ditch a house in the neighborhood and kick the door super hard. She looked at her black male friends and one of them vocally objected. The friend said, "In this neighborhood, bro, we can get arrested. Attempted burglary, like what? We're black. It's not gonna look good. That's the problem that we're going through. This issue's real out here, you feel me?" Barker then told the camera, "Can you see how boring they are?" claiming her friends are looking way too deep to it. Now, this could all possibly just be an insensitive skit, so take it with a grain of salt. Either way, some fans called this out as tone deaf, whereas others didn't really see it as a big deal. A clip of Alabama's interaction with the unidentified black man made its way to Instagram and TikTok, of course, and people were not pleased. One person wrote, "Want our rhythm so bad but can never handle the blues," with another person saying they'll be arrested while she gets to go home to her daddy. They are not the same. Perhaps Bad Baby will use it as material for her next Alabama Barker diss track. One thing is for sure though, Kourtney and Travis are not happy. They're over it, and they are begging for some PR help to set Alabama straight. My opinion, I think it's only gonna get worse, but what do y'all think? Let me know. I'm your host, Ashley. It's been great catching up.